yeah, the whistle. Spike this guy with that.
What?
We are the Mycon. I have chosen my offspring's memories carefully from my set of remembrances, the sweet and warm times of my existence and those of my parents' parents. The bits of a million lifetimes coalesced into a birth gift of complete awareness. In the dark they grow, the deep fire feeds the children. Their birth breathes warmth across a cold world. The system requires more energy. A convenient source lies beneath the crust. Jeffo fills my fibers, and I grow turgid. Violent action ensues.
Yeah, these are the they're some terraforming machinery or some shit, some artificially designed life forms. Oh, this is my compound.
You have returned to our special place? This is not permissible. Leave. Jeffo is the power of life. Hot warmth in the cold void. It flows through all things, binding them together, making them one. You are non-Jeffo. You cannot understand. Below is the pod of Jeffo. There for 1,000 centuries, when we are cold, the pod opens and warms us.
Arvius'
When it is
title
dark,
says
the pod
CC later,
and
question
lo,
mark.
there is light.
What could
You
CC
are
stand for?
non. The pod is not for you. You must leave.
I'm sorry, you were kind of quiet. I'm gonna turn you off. What did you say?
Arvius' title says CC later, question mark. What could CC stand for?
DC. CC. Command and Conquer?
C. I mean, yeah.
You are
seems
the non.
unlikely. Yeah, I don't know.
pod opens and warms us. Okay, so if this is not... Okay, I have an idea. If this is not gibberish, if this isn't just like random ramblings, the pod opens and warms us, right? Maybe that pod can be like given to the Murmurherm, and like they'll it'll speed up their meme because they said they needed energy, right? But you know, not like they're offering a trade, and obviously there's infinitely many ships there, so we're basically just as confused here as with the Utwig.
We are the Mycon. We look to Jeffowup for direction, and it provides the pattern. Endless expansion, with purity of achievement and intolerance of error. Jeffowup fills in my fibers, and I grow turgid. Violent action ensues.
Oh, it doesn't shoot it down. Uh-oh. This sucks. Wait, this doesn't actually shoot them down perfectly. It only depletes them.
What depletes?
The energy balls.
I am Sloosh. I was incinerated 14,000 Earth years ago. I live now for but a moment. Then I am gone. Incorporation of dense amphibal fibers ensure survival in environmental extremes. Jeffowup fills in my
Welcome back, Captain. You are weird. Oh. Yeah.
Let's go to the yacht real fast. Oh, you know what I can do? We can go to all the constellations and then we can interact with the ships there and see if we can scout some new alien races, you know? Because like we don't have to find the home world in order to like find a race. We can just, you know, find a ship, right? To know if there's like something in the general area.
What am I seeing on the view screen? It's none other than the flattened old face of our friendly human. But, old ally, are you not knowing that we, the Yehat, are allied with the Ur-Quan now? And your presence outside the slave shield and in an armed starship are clear violations of your oath of fealty. Whatever shall we do? It just isn't the right thing to kill you, human, but as a loyal member of my clan, I must obey the wishes of our queen. The cowards live? This is unbelievable! This is a sad day to be hearing this thing from you, human. I can't even say their vile name! The cunk of the greatest embarrassment our species has ever suffered! Do not be calling these wretched creatures an offshoot of our species! Better is to be calling them garbage or droppings! And better yet, do not be talking about them at all! Your words are flying in the face of the facts, human.
This
We are
accent.
no longer being your allies. But unlike the nobles of our homeworld, we of the Starship clans are bereaved at this course of events. The Queen's decision to be joining the hierarchy pains us. If this is being a true thing, there will be many changes, but we are a species long wise in the ways of deceit. You must be proving these words you say, Captain. Send the show fixed to us as a way of proof. We're scanning the separation of a vessel from your fleet, Captain, and indeed its configuration matches that of a show fixed scout vessel. This had better not be a trick, Captain. We are knowing the power of a glory device, and if you detonate the weapon near us, the price for you shall be dear, very dear. The scout has docked, and we await the pilot's appearance at the airlock. The atmosphere cycle is complete. The door slides open, and... It's true! The show fixed the alive! Look at that fat muzzle, those shining black eyes, the sweet claws! Our children have returned from oblivion! But now we are faced with the cruelest truth. We who have sacrificed our honor, we who have lain with the enemy, we are not worthy. We are nothing. We are less than nothing. But wait, we're the Spatty. We're the Yehat of the Starship Clowns. We will not let this lie any longer. Listen, as I speak these words. If our queen makes the dishonorable command, then it is the queen who has no honor. And the dishonorable queen is no queen at all. We, the Zeep, are the only clan who remember the true meaning of honor. We shall tear the queen from her throne. The 2,000-year reign of the Zeep queens is over. The revolution has begun!
There's two of them now.
Viva la resistance.
Yes.
Welcome to you, human friend and ally. The revolution has begun and clans flock to our cause. We have claimed the royalist traitors from 5 systems, and even the Veep Creep clan is joining with us against the false queen. The cowards live. Of course. What knowledge do you seek? As we abandon the Shafixti to the oncoming Urquan Armada, we watch the situation on our sterile displays of our long-range sensors. Suddenly the screens flared and went black, burned out. We ran to the windows just in time to see the Shofixti sun burning with incredible light, many orders of magnitude greater than its normal brilliance. 1,000,000 tons of fusion fire spread through the star system, devastating the inner system's planets, but incinerating all the Urquan vessels. In that moment, the hierarchy's war fleet was reduced by almost 30%. We later remembered that not too many years before the appearance of the Urquan, the Shofixti had told us that they had found something. With the pride of a hatchling's first flight, they unveiled their find. It was about the size of a surface transport, but cylindrical and entirely black. Across its surface were 1,000,000 characters scrawled in an alien script. The message was clear. Danger. Do not touch. We trusted the Shofixti to respect the warning and left the device in their possession. At the end, when the Urquan were approaching their planet, the Shofixti must have realized that they could not win, but at least they could ensure that both sides would lose. They detonated the device in the outer layer of their sun. The sudden removal of a section of the sun's surface layers allowed the pressurized plasma from the interior to burst out like a miniature supernova. The false royals, you should say, Captain. To understand their relationship with the Veep queens, you must first learn a bit about history. In the ancient past, we Yehat were little more than a collection of warring clans. That history is bloody, Captain. Hideous. We were barbarous then, aye, murderers all. Many great warlords rose from the hills and forests of our verdant homeworld to unite the clans to become king of all Yehat clans. Each one failed. It was no male who finally won the great prize, the high perch of Ker Zeep Reap. No, Captain, it was a female. A wise and powerful queen, the first of the Veep dynasty. In exchange for the clan's fealty, she gave a simple, compelling promise. She guaranteed that, united under her wing, the clans would never suffer defeat, and she kept her promise. At long last, there was peace on our world. Her line kept true to this promise for over 20 centuries, suiting ruffled feathers, dispensing justice, stamping out foment. But then came the present queen, a true harridan. Under her rule, the power of the starship clans was transferred to the sycophantic homeworld dandies, to warlords who hadn't seen true combat. We, the beak and claw, the Yehat Empire were powerless to influence her decisions. When the queen showed the true colours of her plumage and allied with the evil Urquan worms, we realized that she would do anything to maintain the illusion of upholding her ancestors' promise, even if it meant destroying our honor. Everything that we stand for in the exchange. No, we, the true Yehat clans, seek to pull the false queen from the high perch. Perhaps we will find a new queen someday who will bring together the clans once more. Or, sadly, I fear we may never replace the deep-necked queens, and we shall fight clan against clan until only the bloody feathers remain. I will describe these events, Captain. They make for a tale fraught with sadness and heroism and betrayal. After the Chain Jetty, Merlin Horn, and your species were defeated, we prepared a defense in the Shofixti home star, Delta Gorno. Aside our Shofixti, our adopted children, we awaited the onslaught of the Urquan Armada. We waited with eagerness, with the hot anticipation of battle. But then, we received an unbelievable message from our queen. Retreat! We could not believe it. Tactical withdrawal, yes, but to pull back the entire fleet. There was no mistake, no garbled orders. We obeyed. Oh, Captain, the eyes of the Shofixti, their bright and valiant eyes as we moved away. Without us, they had no hope of forming a tactical wedge. They would barely slow the hierarchy fleet. When the Urquan came, the Shofixti fought as immortal heroes, darting in and out of the dreadnought formations and then suddenly blazing like dying stars. But in only a few hours, the Shofixti fleet was gone, and the dreadnought moved towards the homeworld. The grotesque monsters, they are an effete and bigoted race, unworthy prey with one exception. General Zex. He commanded the entire Vux fleet during the Great War, and even by our high standards of battle skill, he is a genius. The brilliant tactics of Fortress Square and the dynamic triangle are his creations. Without Zex, the Vux would have fallen to our alliance fleets in weeks, but Zex always found a way to turn his own weakness into an advantage. After the war, we learned that the Primates and the Vux High Council decided to move Zex out of the picture and sent him off to luxurious retirement at Alpha Serenkov 1. We have heard that he spends his time pursuing his hobby, though we do not know what more than that. If I were you, brave human, I'd probably be seeking the focus of the Urquan's power and do whatever is necessary to destroy it. We may have a hint as to just what that weak spot is. When we were being hierarchy battle slaves, we learned that the Urquan were possessing some kind of super weapon. A huge battleship they called Samatra, with the firepower to destroy an entire star fleet. For some reason, the Urquan were reluctant to use the vessel. It wasn't until their armada was finally held back at the Corwood front that they brought the Samatra's power to bear on the Alliance. Captain, here's my advice. You can be destroying dreadnoughts until the briefs come home, but you're never going to defeat the Urquan hierarchy until you eliminate their Samatra. If you need to know anything more, just ask. We are honored to help you, Captain. We shall attach 4 Terminators to your fleet immediately. Goodbye, human comrade. Fight well. Greetings, friend from Earth. The head of our revolution, Chief Guava, has led us to many great victories. We have claimed the royalist traitors from 5 star systems. It is a sad thing, This battle that has pitched clan against clan, ship against ship. I myself have sent 3 royalist terminators on their brave cruise to the great beyond. What a waste! We pray that the struggle ends quickly. Of course. Take it. Goodbye, human.
Are we supposed to help these guys? Are they gonna like contribute? It's such Draconis. We've been to some of these already. I think we were like... Ooh. I don't remember anymore. Cathode reference. Nice. Does green circle mean that it's like habitable? Like you should probably scan those planets, I guess? Want to find like artifacts?
From Channel 44 came the words of the Dark Twins to make bloody pilgrimage. We have arrived in the holy killing zone and eagerly executed the commands of Dogar and Kazan. The slaying has been excellent. High ceremony. Now you are here, befounding the event with primate chatter. Be gone, human! You interfere with the blessed murder worship of the Dark Twins.
Oh, they're not even interested in killing you anymore. What the fuck?
From Channel 44 came the... From Channel 44.
The stupid Ilrath are easy kills for our valiant warriors. We kill fully 2 of them for every one of us who perishes. Of course, they possess twice our number of fighting ships, but that is not truly significant. It was your wisdom and guidance that made this all possible, great teacher. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Really?
The exploding starships, the screaming crew, the rackets, the cunning escapes. These are the moments we live for. Now we must return to the great battles. Farewell, great teacher. The exploding starships.
It's gonna suck if I miss it. Whatever it is. The Pekank were just like, Draconis. It's in Draconis. If it's around one of the gas giants, I'm just screwed. I'm checking all the like the inner planets, because that's where most of the stuff I've found has been. Ooh, speaking of, could this be pod racing? Report from surface. Captain, we have discovered some sort of alien shrine here on the surface. The building is immensely old, at least 2,000 years. Inscribed around the perimeter of the cylindrical shrine are innumerable hieroglyphs which document the history of each of the 19 Thradash cultures. What we have learned that the Thradash have arisen to starfaring technology at least 3 separate times, only to nuke themselves back into the Stone Age again and again. The real surprise, Captain, was what we found inside the shrine. We knew that Thradash kept something down here. We didn't know what it was until we went inside the shrine. In the exact middle of the structure was a tall dais of white stone. Set atop this dais was an immense azure aqua gemstone, somehow shaped into a flat twisted ribbon, like a DNA helix. The aqua helix emitted incredibly light pulses, illuminating the cavernous shrine like a giant strobe light. At least it did until private. I hate the way some of the letters are fonted in this game. Private Hendrix decided to see what would happen if he grabbed the artifact. The helix immediately ceased glowing and has remained quiescent ever since. We will bring the Aqua Helix back aboard the ship for further investigation. End of report. I guess that's it, huh? Oh, that's one mystery cleared up. That's the final component, right? There's 3, right? Now we might be able to hand this to the Utrecht. We should go home first though, and make the scientists analyze it. So now we go home, then we go to the Utwig. We'll see if we can't get the bomb. No?
Ah, Captain, I'm glad you're back. I don't mean to criticize, Captain, but wouldn't it be more efficient if you could return with larger loads? The analysis reads as follows. Subject, Aqua Helix device. Data, this device is composed of a light blue super hard substance which rates Mohs 13. The object is composed of a flat ribbon of homogeneous material approximately 1 meter in length, and it is twisted in a perfect helix. Focused ion and nucleomagnetic scans reveal little about its interior. Summary: unknown design, unknown origin, unknown function. That's the end of our scientist's report. We shall await your return, Captain.
Oh, I don't remember where it was anymore. Hades something? Yeah, Hades, yeah. It wasn't this star system. That's for sure. Ship.
I suppose, as a courtesy, I should extend an appropriate greeting. On behalf of the Ardwick Proctors, I truly hope, for your sake, that your day has been better than ours. Although this really isn't saying that much. What good would that do? I mean, why should we? We agonized for hours, wondering if it was a cruel twist of fate, or simply a serious case of butterfingering. Ah, the lifetimes that have been spent in the pursuit of the elusive answer to this deceptively simple question has driven many of us down the dark road of self-destruction. Indeed, even as these words strike the ears of any who care to listen, the real question is, does it matter? I cannot say. I wallow in a quandary, unable to determine what better atones for my part in the great sin. Should I engage in slow and painful self-determination? Should I commit myself to a long life of painful self-flagellation? Should I throw myself with enthusiastic verve at the problem of collective annihilation? I do not know. Even my mind writhes in anguish of indecision, lest the outcome be inadequate.
So incredibly depressed. Everybody's depressed.
All right, I'll try. But you know it really doesn't matter. After all, we have a famous Ardwick saying, when one loses the reason for existence, one tends to get less motivated. This goes hand in hand with the painfully appropriate credo, we broke it, so we are paying for it. Of course, this isn't really accurate. The situation is so much more hideous. Imagine, if you can, holding within your hands the answer, only to have it haunt you with its former potential. Ah, cruel irony. The loss of the Ultron grieves us all. Bah, it doesn't matter. Besides being of no concern to you, I find discussion of this matter distasteful. The Ultron was not only the thing which ensures total and complete meaning of life for you and I, it is universal. I'm sure that you too are aware of this thing, if only in legend. It granted us all limitless power and knowledge. It has been since, well, rendered inoperative. You are kind. If we could wield the Ultron to resurrect your splib, we would. But I suddenly am overcome with waves of depression. I must retire now to perform rituals of anguish. Waves of trauma wash across my being even now. I must go.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, there's a lot of them here. This isn't the same star system, but something's here. Okay, you're circling that planet? I'll check every planet that's being like circled around and stuff. Oh.
Just go away. Leave us to ponder our grief. We know nothing of this species that you mentioned. However, while we are on the subject of evil and powerful species, we have encountered a particularly gruesome race that seemed to come from the direction of Arcturus. When we hailed them, they responded with mighty weapons that sent our delegation to their deaths. Lucky fools. The aliens' dark, crusty battleships are capable of guiding spinning mines into almost any location. And should an enemy get too close, a fiery corona emerges to inflict fearsome damage. In our skirmishes with the race, who called themselves the Corps A, we found that by using our own shielding capability, we could sweep through the mines, absorb the corona, and then get close enough to the dark ships to give a lick of our own. In truth, however, they are very powerful and ruthless. When the Corps A started to press toward our homeworld, we thought that our deserved punishment was being administered. But then a mystery. They suddenly became disinterested and veered away. Bah! Confounding frustration. With the Ultron, I could speak knowledgeably on this subject. To have this quality torn from our grasp emphasizes how meaningless our existence really is. This lack of meaning is what drives my species to the serious contemplation of a quick end. Your query once again painfully reminds me of the Ultron and what it was for the universe. I could tell you all, and correct all that is wrong in the universe. All I can tell you is that the Corps are live to kill. Their stated purpose is to seek out new life and new civilizations, and then annihilate them. We seem to qualify as such, and that is why it is puzzling that after pursuing us with some tenacity, they suddenly turned away and headed toward Quaterus. All of this speculation would be unnecessary. If only we had saved the Ultron. It would not have taken much. A diving catch, a thrown pillow, even a fuzzy wampus would have broken the fall satisfactorily. Indeed, a panel convened to analyze the possibilities concluded that there were at least 623 ways the Ultron could have been saved if we had been prepared. Let us cease our discussion concerning these matters.
Some guy dropped something on the floor and they're all depressed now.
To say the least, our past is one of a glorious and proud people coupled with a cataclysm that rocks the universe to its very core. It all began when a chimp rose from the murky bog and the Utwig emerged as well. In these primitive times, we cavorted about our world, oblivious to any sort of higher purpose. We took everything at face value. Meanwhile, the tendrils of the chimp infiltrated the vast sky canopies of Faz, and then the veils fell. Suddenly, the Utwig was stunned by a collective realization. All immediately and urgently donned veils of every description. Hides, leaves, shells, rocks, and even living drells were donned in the early days. You see, the face is the mechanism that expresses many of the primitive qualities that hinder sentience. Now rid of the constant reminders of greed, rage, hatred, and lust, the wisdom of the Utwig was no longer hampered by constant reminders of the primitive urge. Over many generations, mask etiquette was refined to a rock-solid foundation of our society. Sure, the morality riots were expensive, both in lives and in infrastructure. But the result was better mask regulation, specification from your basic mask of grueling but necessary activity to the most highly decorated countenance of stellar representation. These were clearly defined. Recognizing the importance of flexibility, clear-cut and efficient procedures for revision and redesign dealt with the few anomalies. From that moment when we covered the source of our intellectual oppression, we knew that it was a grand purpose that defined our destiny. Are you still listening? Our entire development as a sentient species was coordinated to coincide with the appearance of a remarkable device. The Ultron. We were oblivious to its tragic implication. In order for you to truly understand the situation, you need to know more about the Ultron and its unique capabilities. You see, when the Druge discovered the Ultron, they knew that it was ours. The Druge were compelled by intrinsic, universal direction to take it to where it has always belonged. They brought it to us. Oh, the Ultron. It assured total and complete meaning of life for all. The universal. With the Ultron in hand, I could sense not only your motivations and desires, but your purpose. I could act upon these things in ways that would most likely seem mysterious, if not, well, daft. Years later, you would herald our participation in your development as the turning point for your species. The Druge were only one of the few to benefit in this way. Even now, they are puzzled by the way we rewarded them for the delivery of the Ultron to its correct place. In 24 years, 2 months, and 3 days, they will all dance the dance of jubilation. Indeed, the Ultron has allowed us to fundamentally change the Druge forever. The Supox too received many benefits from our use of the Ultron. They can testify to its power.
Supox, those are new.
Yes, things were perfect. What happened is, well, it is difficult to talk about. But I saw it happen. I witnessed the Chinzral celebration. I felt the Ultron fill the empty place that I did not know was there. I saw the Grand Proctor pass it to, well, they say that the Chief Gru did not know that it was so heavy and slippery. Perhaps it was a combination of factors. Some who have reviewed the records claim that it was actually a conspiracy. The Commission investigation officially stated that the Ultron was rendered inoperative by the fall to the ground, yet many feel that the whole story has not yet been told. As it struck the ground, I saw its glow fade, and then the painful void incapacitated all. All Utwig immediately donned the mask of ultimate embarrassment and shame, with a vow to wear it forever. Bonfires all over Faz consumed all but this mask. No other mask was spared. The visage of ceremonial orations in all its contexts and revisions, as I'm sure you understand. All of the courting masks, from the clever and intriguing veil of flirtatious prancing to the infamous lewd monocle, all were consumed by the hungry flames. Even the most fundamental fixtures were committed to this irreversible fate. The mask of natural bodily excretions once hung in every lavatory. Most of the public facilities have removed the disposable mask dispensers, but every once in a while I still see such a repository, always empty. In despair, we gave the broken device to our allies, the Supocs, who live at Beta Libre. We just couldn't stand to look at it any longer.
Oh, the text and the speech are not lining up.
Most of the public facilities have rooms once in a while I still empty. In despair, we gave the broken device to our allies, the Supocs, who live at Beta Libre.
Beta Libre.
We just couldn't stand to look at it any longer. The Supocs, who live at Beta Libre. We just couldn't stand to look at it any longer. At that time, many suggested that we use the precursor relic as a form of self-punishment. The proposal was that we collectively go to the second moon of the sixth planet of Zeta Hyades at coordinates 850.3, 937.2, and use the ancient planetarian device to end our existence. After much discussion, we decided that we deserved to suffer. We can use the bomb if we ever decide the time is right. In the meantime, we atone for our grievous mistake with our collective misery. I suddenly sink into a chasm of depression. I must go.
Okay.
As do we. Go now, with neither malice nor joy.
Okay. So, Beta Libra. Ooh, that mess. I think we're close, dude. I think it's gonna fall into place. Beta Libra. That was really weird though. I chose Mama. Okay. The text didn't line up with the speech at all.
Yeah. Must be one of the differences between like the console port and the PC version. I don't know.
Okay, I'll let you know when we're done with this, I plan to just scour through all of my comp space, okay? So, just, now you know my plan, okay? If you feel you need to tell me where Syra is, for whatever reason, like if you think I'm fucking up, then I'm like 99% sure it won't, but it's not, but I'm 99% sure I'm supposed to really know. I think it's that other version that, like, you know.
Greetings, fellow carbon creatures.
These are cute.
Greetings, fellow
Yeah,
carbon
they've studied the blade.
always be well watered.
These are cute, what the fuck?
I am Captain Ala Lala. We come in peace. Our starship is called the Tender Shoot. We are the Supoc Utricularia from Earth.
From Earth?
Oh yes, we apologize for the confusion. Our home world is also called Earth, or more properly, Fleck, which means perfectly good and nutritious dirt. Earth is pretty close, is it not? We learn and we adapt. We are symbions. Our first step in making friends is always to copy them. This is our idiom. Our kind evolved on a beautiful planet, orbiting the wonderfully green-hued star Roots. From the canopy of the great jungle to the shores of the azure sea, our species has flowered and grown well. Early in our evolution, we adapted to exist in symbiosis with other hardier life, both flora and fauna, who supplied us with nutrients, while we supplied them with reproductive assistance. This has been confirmed by our people as well. Strange, is it not? Many of our people regard this inconsistency as proof of our divine origin. Oh, yes. We have a strong cultural bond with the Utwig. They have been the foundation around which we have grown our starfaring culture. We are not only allies, but we are also friends. You should go meet with them. They could use some excitement. You see, they are a little depressed and morose right now. Usually they are most festive and fun. They broke their Ultron. The Druge, the cruel, foul trading race who sold the device to the Utwig, called the device the Ultron, and claimed that it would give the Utwig superpowers. Unfortunately, the Utwig believed the Druge and bought the Ultron. However, the device did make the Utwig very happy. Of course, we didn't tell them what we really thought of the Ultron. That they were vapid fools to buy a piece of junk for a planet's ransom. We went along with the falsehood, and in doing so showed our own stupidity. Then, one sad day a few years ago, the Utwig Proctor dropped the Ultron during a particularly energetic and festive ritual. Now the Utwig are morose and depressed. They feel they cannot ever achieve greatness because they lost the powers of the Ultron. They even gave the broken device to us, saying that they couldn't stand the sight of it anymore. We are worried that the Utwig are so depressed that they may use their ultimate weapon. Here, you take the Ultron. Maybe you can do something with it.
Convenient.
We thought that if we could get the Ultron working again, it would cheer them up. So, we tried to figure out how to fix the darn thing, or at least get some of the flashing bits working again. But for all the Druge's falsehoods, the Ultron is some kind of artifact, and we could not synthesize the necessary replacement parts. Perhaps on your journeys, you will find the elements necessary to repair the Ultron. Then you could give it to the Utwig, and maybe they wouldn't be so depressed.
I was a little bit afraid of using... I wanted to do the other option, the broccoli option, but I was afraid I was gonna, like, make them attack me.
Greetings, fellow carbon creatures. May your roots always be well watered. Perhaps a good place to start would be the Druge, since they were the ones who sold it to the Utwig in the first place. May sunlight and water always fall upon you. Hello, Voyager. May the light always reach your leaves. May sunlight...
They don't have that much to say.
Hello,
Oh, they really don't have much to say.
Hello, Voyager. May
Even the planet says the same thing as the ships. Okay. I feel like we're on the... we're on the... in the less developed part of the game. They don't have as many voice lines. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real fast.
Hello, boy. May
Nice. I think it was Ada Hades. Oh, we have no fuel.
Hello, boy. Oh, wonderful! Oh, rapturous light of the green sun! Please convey it immediately to the hoodwig. They will be elated. May sunlight and water always fall upon you. Hello, Voyager. May the light always reach your leaves. May sunlight and water always fall upon you. Hello, Voyager. May the light always reach your leaves. May sunlight and water always fall upon you. Hello, Voyager. May
Welcome back, Captain. You are our favorite customer. Now, what can we do for you today? What trade items would you like to buy today? How much fuel do you wish to purchase? Fuel transferred to your vessel. Very well then. It has been a pleasure dealing with you, Captain. We look forward to your next visit.
Hello. May
Debating whether or not I should open this bottle of Coke right now. It's partially frozen. I kind of want to, but at the same time, the ice inside it might ruin it. It's hard to say. I can't really tell ahead of time. Sometimes it's perfectly fine, and other times it just absolutely ruins it. Depends on like how smooth they are, I guess. The ice. They were like on a gas giant in one of these. It's like eta or epsilon or something like that. The Hydes star system. If we get the bomb, I think we have everything we need to finish the game, unless they're gonna introduce a new thing. Because we needed the weapon and we needed a distraction, and we have a distraction, so this is probably the weapon. Or maybe the bomb is just used to fuse the. Maybe the bomb is just used to accelerate the fusion of the Murmurharm and the Chenjetsu. I guess that would make sense, huh? You know, we're using the star to do it, but it's gonna take us like 10 years. So if we get the weapon and make the star just scorch the planet, and then like they get all the energy they need to do it super fast.
You have arrived at a most inopportune time. Collectively, our species is dealing with a great remorse. Nevertheless, in order to foster a spirit of interspecies goodwill, we pull ourselves together from our intense cycle of self-analysis and offer this greeting, which we hope will suffice. Foolish tricksters. Don't you know, the Druge tried to play that ploy on us just a few days ago. You say you have the Ultron, that you wish to return it to us. Lies! The moment our back is turned, you will sneak down to the surface of this world and deprive us of our destructive device of dignity. If you truly had our Ultron repaired to its state of perfection, you would surely take it to the proctors at our homeworld at Beta Aquarii. Speak no more of this subject.
Oh, that was interesting. Aquarii. Beta Aquarii. Okay. We are in, where are we right now? Oh, we're there. Data. Okay.
Normally, we would not bother to acknowledge your presence. But you find us in a state of moderate depression, instead of our normal cycle of self-destructive tendencies. Should I set my gaze upon such a sight, I might suffer sleepless nights for years on end. It is a symbol of the collective outward failure. It is our ultimate tragedy. Every divot, every crack on its surface is etched forever in my soul. Remove it from my sight, lest I purge my... Hey, that is not the devastated Ultron. It is the image of the Ultron before. A trick. A trick! Oh, I had no idea that any species could sink so low. How dare you try to manipulate me with that cheap stage prop? Why, it's not even... Hey, wait a second. It looks like... Can it be? Yes, it is a miracle. Oh, happy day. Joyous occasion. You have our eternal thanks, good captain. You will be immortalized as the blessed figure that delivered unto us our future. We will revere your very likeness. Let me take the Ultron. Yes, I feel the link, the knowledge, and the power. It seems there is much to do. Indeed, it seems that you should proceed to the second moon of the sixth planet of Zeta Hyades and take what you find there. We no longer have need for it. But the Ultron reveals that you will. I thank you for your part in the grand scheme. We now recover that which is ours via destiny, and proceed to perform our essential service for the universe. But wait! The Ultron throbs and whistles. Matters of significance are being relayed to our brains. Oh, it has been so long since we communicated with the Ultimate in such a manner. But slowly, the truth is revealed. Our destiny. We have been directed to join with our Supox allies and attack you. No, wait, that's wrong. Sorry. We attack your enemies. The Urquan and the Kura. No, that's not quite right either. What? Oh, okay. We must strike only the black ships, only the Kura. In addition, we will grant you the boon of our Jugger starship designs, as well as a supply of trained starship commanders. Our Juggers are nigh invincible. I can also say with certainty that our allies, the Supox, will give you the same assistance. Together, we shall defeat the Kora, or at least provide you with a few more months to find a more permanent solution. Now, Captain, we must leave to prepare our battle fates. Wish us luck.
That was very specific. Provide you with more time. Do you get more time for each? So everybody that gets sent off to fight the Kora, do you get more time? Do we get more time when the Throdash went off and like, you know, attacked the Black Urquan? Like how much time do we actually have? Is 5 years the minimum, and then for like each race you send off, each race you ally or whatever, you get more? If they fight them?
I'm overcome with embarrassment. I possess the distinguished honor of addressing the legendary Earth Captain. Please excuse my lack of proper facial appliance. This occasion ideally calls me to don the expression of ultimate gratitude. Eesh! I am compelled by the forceful emanations of the Ultron to describe the appearance of the mask. Its foundation is composed entirely of a matrix of beetle secretions and trubofern, in an intricate and complex texture. The process is extremely time-consuming, since even the best-trained beetle colonies will produce 1,000 rejects for every successful foundation. Alas, it will be many years before any Beatwig will be able to wear such a mask. Your request is within our capabilities. One moment. Emanations from the Ultron. Orange, furry air breathes tender yawns. Yes, it all becomes clear now. You must do something with the Great Bomb. The precursor relic we kept at Zeta Hyades 6B. It seems that this bomb must be, eaten? No. Hugged? No. Improved. That's it. The bomb must be improved to fulfill its final destiny. Indeed, we are in the process of reacclimating our brains to its microwave gyrations. Even now, we are compelled to implement a plan of interference, thwarting the goals of the Kora. We sense, through the influence of the Ultron, that these creatures of evil have goals which are mutually exclusive with our existence and your own. Even now, aided by the intangible guidance of the Ultron, we formulate a plan that will serve to preserve the diversity in the galaxy. We prepare an armada composed of the collective might of both Yutwig and Supox forces that will pursue the invaders with the intent of foiling their plan of doom. There is much for us to do. May the Ultron be with you.
Okay, the bomb must be improved. Okay, not quite there yet.
fancy meeting you here, Captain. We, the appointed representatives of the Crimson Corporation, merely come to obtain the fair and reasonable payment for our goods. We traveled to this region of space years ago to sell the useless Ultron device to the Ootwing. We knew even then of the weapon on the surface below us. This was to be our price. But the Ootwing used a clever ploy to cheat us. I had convinced the morose Ootwing fools that the Ultron was the answer to all of their pitiful dreams. Powers? The Proctor's wine. Will it give us the powers we crave? I assured them that, yes, the Ultron would give them the second sight. The Ultron would allow them to see into the past and the future. The Ultron would slowly imbue each of them with unique secret powers of great significance. The Ultron would ensure that their race's huge potential for greatness would be fulfilled. Then a mistake was made. Enough foolishness. We will take the precursor device from the surface and then leave. Thereafter, I may see fit to bequeath the entire planet to you, Captain, for your invaluable services in the past, provided you need
them. Do we lose the game if we leave? I saved a little bit ago. Nah, fuck it. I hate the Druids, dude. The Druids suck. They have unreasonably low prices.
Liar! It is we who are the genuine owners, not you, Captain. Those many years ago, when we offered the Ultron to the Ootwing, how they capered and laughed at their good fortune. Fools. Then they begged to hold the device, just for a moment. To close the deal, I permitted this. A grievous mistake. The moment the High Proctor touched the Ultron, her body arched and her eyes rolled back in her head. She began to babble meaningless phrases and howl like a beast. We had expected the Ootwing to fall for our sell, to buy the useless device, but never with such gusto. Their self-doubt and lack of clear reason left them vulnerable to our every manipulation. But then, the Proctor's body relaxed, and her eyes slowly closed. When they reopened, her visual orbs shone with a wild and frightening light. This is all we could have dreamed of, and more, she intoned. And now, through as to your price. I opened my mouth to speak, but before I could utter a word, the Proctor interrupted. Wait! The Ultron feeds your thoughts directly to me. Do not speak. I know what you desire. What could I say? That the Ultron was a farce? And could you no such thing? I was stunned and silent. The Proctor continued. You Druids of the Crimson Corporation desire an object of great antiquity, something of secret function and value. Very well, it shall be done. And with that, we were led to a small vault. The Proctor ceremoniously opened the door of the vault and explained that because we had been of such great service, all of the treasures within were now ours. Inside we found a hodgepodge of ancient and useless artifacts, a glowing rod, an absurd trident, and more such junk. I could see no way to salvage the disastrous situation at that time. But when I heard of you, your travels, and your foolish quest for freedom, I realized that you could be the agent of our justice. And lo, it is so.
You have heard our justification. It is valid and unassailable. Now go and do not return. No, you will not. We know your soul, young captain. It is no brighter than ours. We acknowledge our greed. We revel in it. You are the dishonest one, hiding your shame in shadows. You fabricate justifications, rationales. In the end, we are just the same. But now you stand in our way. You will not be moved. Therefore, we will add your true name to our ledger of hatred. But first, die, child, die!
Get fucked. Whoops. Oh. The AI is pretty good with this ship, actually. I'm good. Oh, whoops, I used the wrong ship.
The treasure on this world is our property. Your property. No, you weak no.
Did that respawn them? Maybe. Dude, I wanna board these guys. Oh my god, dude. this ship is not really boardable. Report from surface. We found a huge precursor device on the planet's surface, a giant bleach cylinder set within a simple defensive grid. We have already neutralized the grid. Well, actually, Jenkins just drove through it by accident, but that seemed to work. The artifact is covered with precursor script, and although we can't translate all of the writing, it's pretty clear that it's a warning repeated again and again. The energy output of this artifact is scary. It rivals all of our ship's engines at red line. If I may be so bold, Captain, I would advise that we not experiment with this device until we are back at the starbase. We shall now return to the ship with the black cylinder device carefully stowed in the cargo area. Okay. They're going.
Greetings, Captain. I'm ready to assist you. Before we go on, I have something important to tell you. A race of plant creatures called the Supocs have arrived in your absence, Captain. They offered use of their ship designs and will supply you as many starship captains as we require. I, of course, accepted their offer immediately. Also, a small contingent of Utwig has visited. After spending a few days setting up our fabricators to build their Jugger starships and providing us with a few capable commanders, they departed. Captain, if you continue to build such strong alliances, we will surely win our battle against the Urquan. The analysis reads as follows. Subject, Utwig bomb device. Data, analysis has yielded little information about this device, largely because of our technicians' unwillingness to open it or even remove the bomb from your ship. That aside, here's what we know so far. The device is correctly defined as a bomb, one of enormous destructive potential, but it's not of Utwig origin. Nothing about it relates to the technology we see in the Jugger ship. We believe it to be of late precursor origin, though it somewhat resembles certain Chenjesu technology. Its original function? Probably a planeteering tool for dispersing unwanted moons. Summary? Unless there's a strong reason to do otherwise, do not activate this device. Leave it alone. Any experimentation should be conducted at least 12 astronomical units from this starbase, and preferably a bit further. That's the end of our scientist's report. Try to avoid getting gruesomely killed, Captain.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Hello? I am... I suppose you... Once I knew some general information... Good?
Okay, Chingetsu, so... It's Procyon. It's probably faster to drive there.
Once more you interfere with the process. Why? Though your ship's design is unfamiliar to us, our wisdom is... We know the Dinyari only from legend, where they are described as the embodiment of evil and cruelty. If ever there was a devil, Captain, it was the Dinyari. However, if in fact the creature you possess is one of this ancient breed, its mental power may be useful to help confuse the Urquan. You must find some way to destroy the Sumatra. To do this, you will need a powerful weapon capable of destroying an entire planet. But that is not all. You will also require some way to distract the Urquan, to give you the opportunity to use the weapon. The device you speak of is a huge matter antimatter bomb. If you had activated it, the weapon would have annihilated your ship and everything else within 500 kilometers. The destructive power of this weapon makes it suitable for the most important task you will ever undertake, the neutralization of the Sumatra, the Urquan's nearly invincible battle platform. Though your presence here is a painful intrusion, we will always provide advice whenever you request it, Captain. Goodbye once and future ally, human. When the process is complete and we emerge from our chrysalis, I shall tell your grandchildren of our conversation this day.
Okay. Yeah, this isn't the solution. Just in case. There's no way this is like a thing, but... yeah.
Hey.
Hi, playing Urquan for a bit.
What?
Urquan, Star Control, the Urquan Masters.
Oh, okay. You should really turn on your Twitch integration if you're streaming.
What Twitch integration? Do you mean on Discord?
Yeah.
Okay, I can try.
It's not that hard. But yeah. I'll probably watch them as I fall asleep.
Yeah, sure. Shouldn't do this while streaming. I should set this up for next stream. How do you do this? I can't be bothered to do it. I'll do that for next stream. Besides, anybody on Discord? Well, I mean, I guess I could get viewers to find my Discord, huh? I mean, it is under the stream after all. I guess we scan Mycon. I'm gonna go visit the Hath a bit, and then we're gonna go to Mycon space. We're just gonna scan each planet in Mycon space. Oh, I didn't pay attention. I don't remember where Mycon space even is. This is Yacht space, I think. Oh, it's actually pretty close to both. The Mycon enjoy really hot worlds, I think. Like volcanoes and stuff. I don't think these are volcano worlds, they're just like red. Yeah, these are super cold. Hey, you know what? I think we can find Syra. So, Mycon space used to be this big. This used to be Mycon space in the past. And Syra was destroyed by Mycon terraforming, right? So, it must be in the additional stars that have been enveloped by the Mycon. We'll check all these places, but yeah.
We are the Mycon. I yearn for magma, the flowing warm basalts, the red glow of the lava pools. When we encounter the non, we must absorb them, or reject them, so that it is no longer non. Juffo what fills in my fibers, and I grow turgid. Violent action ensues.
Took a big hit there. Hey, purple.
We are the Mycon. Entry of noise into the signal is unavoidable. We must include a filtering mechanism. Cessation of an individual is unavoidable, a consequence of existence. Yet, with the birth of life, individuality is transferred in part, and may, occasionally, gain dominance for an interval, achieving a kind of shared immortality. Juffo what?
Not good. This is the correct chip to use versus these guys.
We are... Survival is a priority. Expansion is a priority. Processing is a priority. Jehovah acknowledges the existence of unavoidable non. When we are faced with such, we join, absorb, and wait for our opportunity to learn the weakness that will allow us to void the non. At times, I meet another who shares with me the light of a parent inside the mind. And if we speak, this fragment becomes predominant in the both of us, and self meets self with occasionally enlightening results. Juffo what fills in my fibers, and I grow turgid.
It reverses itself? Okay. Oh, this ship is not very good against that ship. Meme ship, yeah.
The Fast and the Furious.
This is such a fucking meme. I'll get you. One day. we can use the suicide run.
You didn't activate the glory device.
I guess I need to hit the primary and the secondary button at the same time, huh?
No, I think there... I mean, I believe the...
What is the secondary function of the... It's a shield as well.
The pod ships throng with the plasma containment field, whose offspring seek to transform the non into void. The fields grow tighter and tighter. The bass rumble of the generator.
You probably don't remember from
high burning scream.
when you talk with the Shafixti, but the glory device has 3 switches which have to be activated in order.
Okay. So you need to hit the button 3 times, huh?
Yes.
Nice. This is such a meme, dude. It's so hard to use the glory device. You die in like 1 hit in that ship anyway.
The deep children fall from the void, gathering speed for the penetration. The tough casing warms as it passes through the atmosphere, glowing white as it hits the surface. Solid rock flows like liquid, and the child slips into the warm, safe depths beneath the crust. Look, think, act. Look, learn, remember, teach, repeat. Jeffo what?
Ooh, is this gonna be proof? Report from surface. Near an unusual volcanic firm fumarole, I don't fucking know, dude. We have found a fragment of some kind of biological encasement or shell which is made of an incredibly tough, heat-resistant mat of fungal fibers. We can find no sign of any life form which may have hatched from this eggshell, but we will bring it back to the flagship for further study. Okay. That might be it, dude. I'm trying to look for the... I'm actually curious. Let's try to look for the Syrian homeworld. So, Mycon space today, Mycon space then, right? This is right on the limit, but it's a named star. Or, I guess it's a single... I guess we should check out these, like, single stars, huh? Ooh, let's actually find let's check out blue stars too, because the new world they have has a blue star, right? So they provided information to the Arc one, right, about like their planetary requirements. So they probably got a star system that was the same as their old star system. This blue star is right on the edge of Mycon space, and it's like in the same one of these two, right? I guess it could be any of them, but I guess old Mycon space is here, so I think it could be any of these blue stars that is outside but close to the old Mycon bubble. If if the bomb isn't what powers the Murmur diffuse, then maybe Jaffa Wap is. That thing they talk about that gives light and warmth. Noble world.
The implantation fleet has assembled in orbit above the green world. The patterns of weakness reveal the point of introduction. The child is prepared for its birthing trip. Release. I am Goosh. I, a attend the birthing nodes. I died 343 Earth years ago. I do not know how. Juffo, what fills in my fibers?
These are all way too cold. They can't be Mycon worlds. Yeah, way too cold. Water world. It's a water world with a temperature of negative 137. Sure. guess we'll just check the stuff down the edge of even the old Nikon space now. All the blue stars at least.
We are the Mycon. When Jeffowop is complete, when at last there is no void, no none, when the creators return, then we can finally rest. Darkness is void, Jeffowop is light. Planetary Transformer Biot 94/18. Take your place in the transporter dais. Jeffowop fills.
Yeah, these are like advanced self-replicating like terraformer robots.
You are the Nod. You must go now and never return. A single spore lands, finds nourishment in decay, and soon attains maturity. In turn, it exhales a cloud of new life, 1,000 spores. Each lands, finds nourishment in decay. So progresses Jeffowop. Our bodies seethe with the passion of our genes. 1,000 of your species do not possess the richness in one of my cells. Jeffowop filled.
I've been hoping to find that Syra homeworld, but I don't think I'm gonna find it. It's unlikely. It should be in Mycon space, right? Because like the Mycon terraformed it, so it should be on the edge of Mycon space, really. A new acquisition. It's gonna suck. I'm gonna accidentally use the bomb at some point.
I filmed with my parents. The deep children are a part of Jehovah, home builders, the dwellers in the Mohoroviches. I am Dugi. I am the purity monitor. I choose what buds are permitted to mature and which must be eradicated. I died of general misfunction 57,283 years ago. Jehovah. We are cold rock, spinning silently in the void of building. Pulsing hot liquid flows through my outstretched hand. The mountains come. I sweat cloud of whispering love. Jehovah is your simple sexual process produces sections, breath, eyes. The deep children spear light in the darkness. Jehovah.
Yeah, nice, Demis. Oh, great, dude.
chosen my offspring's
Okay, we're
memories.
looping.
We Jeffo what?
Oh, it hit me.
We in the dark they grow. The deep fire feeds the children. The cold world grow turgid.
Okay, if you survive this one, we can reallocate crew.
The system requires more energy. A convenient source lies beneath the crust. Jeffo what fill. We look to Jeffo for direction, and it provides the pattern. Endless expansion, with purity of achievement.
Welcome back, Captain. You are our favorite customer. Now, what can we do for you today? What freight items would you like to buy today? How much fuel do you wish to purchase? Fuel transferred to your vessel. If has been a pleasure dealing with you, Captain. We look forward to your next visit.
Nah. I guess I'm looking for a black and red planet or a yellow or like a blue Earth planet. Magnetic world. Ooh. Oh, that's like a weird world. We're gonna have to fight them. Nothing there. I'm gonna try that one just because it's kind of alone. Oops. Rip.
We, Jeffo. Jeffo. Jeffo.
Purple world? Okay. Really, you can't... I wish you could search for like a planet name. We're gonna travel to the siren people or whatever. Maybe I just need to show them the, you know, shell casing or whatever, the egg. You can drop by the oars, I guess. See if they have anything to say. Probably not.
I am expanding. It is so much squishy to smell you. Campers are the best. I have anticipation. And then what? Better parties in the middle for sure. I am already telling it is about us the many. Come. It is happy. You could come. It is best. You do not anticipate as a even more pleasant combination. The biggest party then showing you other only play on no to open enough and spread the wax. Yes, we do.
After talking to the sirens, I'm gonna end the stream. I've been awake for long enough.
I thought you were gonna finish the game today.
Yeah.
Hello again, pleasant human. It warms me to greet you again. Let me see this proof, Captain. Great gods! These fragments, they are identical to the debris we found near the punctures on Syra. We never guessed that the fragments might be organic. To have survived re-entry, nothing organic would remain. Unless it was genetically constructed for this purpose. And only the Mycons possess this capability. The Mycons will pay dearly for their crimes. We will not sit here and do nothing while the Mycon fiends are free to roam the galaxy, perpetrating their evil. You wanted our cooperation in fighting Yurkwon. You've got it. Provided you first help us seek our revenge against the Mycon race. Help us to destroy them. Our first step is to get some mobility. We have some fine starship officers aboard, and they're all eager to go after the Mycons. But without our penetrator starships, we're totally ineffectual. So our first step has to be recovering our Space Patrol combat fleet. We know that the Urquan didn't destroy them. They never waste anything. But we believe they have sealed them in some kind of deep vault in the surface of an alien planet.
Oh, this is what that was.
Wonderful! Then the job is already almost complete. Captain, we've assembled a small team of our most skilled officers. We will send them to your ship on board their own small shuttle. We feel that in the interest of efficiency, we keep our officers away from your crew, at least until the mission is over. As soon as you arrive at the vault, our people will take over. Figure out a way to open the vault, and bring our penetrators back here. Good luck, brave Earthling. When your mission is successful, maybe then we can get to know each other better.
That's funny. Memes, dude.
Are you gonna go get the penetrators?
Yeah. Well, not now, but I have set the course and I'll save again. So I have to remember what the fuck we're doing. Okay. I feel like everything is just closing up. We'll finish the game the next stream for sure. Next stream will just be until the game is done. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let's see who was up. Who was up at this hour? Oof, no one. Other than you, Dennis.
Yes.
You even quit the game. There it is. Found it. So yeah, that's it. I guess to YouTube. Well, there should just be one more video then, and then that should be the end. I think this game has been pretty amazing. I just really wish I hadn't grinded in the beginning. It would have been so much more enjoyable if I just scanned each star system we got directed to for a quest or something.